If you know this music, you will also know what year is this. Hi, my name is Suryadeep, and I have the enigmatic Susmit Majumder with me. Today, we are talking about the preview of the first four seasons of probably Netflix's greatest show ever created. Shushmit, how's the Josh for Stranger Things season 5?
I think the Josh is pretty high, and I somehow feel we should have given the Hawkins background. Why are we not in Hawkins when we need to be?
Let's we are going to pause this video right now and come back with the Hawkins background. Here we go. Shushmit, how are you feeling right now?
Finally, we are in Hawkins, and I think without this background, we cannot say anything about Stranger Things. We have to be
Now,
there.
I have to take you all back to the year 2022. I was in Pune at that time. Mummy, Baba, and Shushmit decided to come and pay me a visit. And I was getting so angry and irritated. This guy, without spending time with me, we are meeting what after 5 to 6 months. This guy is busy with his phone, eyes glued to his phone day and night, and he's watching something. I He said like he's told me that it's an amazing series you have to watch, and I tried watching, didn't even feel any kind of connection. Now, Shushmit, do you remember, or did you tell me at that time?
Which one you started watching?
I think it was season 2 you were watching at that time. Yeah.
Yeah. You probably started watching in the middle. You tried to watch along with me, and and you were saying like, what nonsense are you watching? I told you, please start watching from the beginning, and then come back, and then you'll tell me what I recommended you. And I think this was the same thing which was recommended by my friend when he told me, please, Shushmit, after giving your like CA exams, I probably gave my CA inter exams that time. He's like, you are free now. Please start watching this web series. And I remember I had downloaded this one. I started watching. I watched it in the home. I watched it entirely in the train. I watched it in Pune. I watched everywhere. When I was coming back, but I think this is the best, best, and best web series ever made for like at least for me.
Now, when we look at the whole TV series over a period of time, I mean, back then, I think 2022, if I'm not wrong, Shushmit, the uh, season 4 was going on. And then the season 4, they released it in two different volumes, volume 1, volume 2. So, volume 1 episodes were a little less. And then volume 2 episodes were like 1.5 hours each, I think, two episodes. So, if
Last
we have to
episode was 2.5 hours.
last episode or 2.5 hours, I think same thing is what is expected of in Stranger Things season 5. So
Yeah.
just before we get into the individual season review as such, I want to know from you, why do you think they're finishing this season so soon, and they're telling that all the episodes are going to be very very big? Is it because the characters are growing too fast, or they've been doing this for
Um,
so long? Like, what would be the reason you feel?
well, I don't think it's problem of the characters. Like what I got to know from a lot of people is that probably they have some problems with Netflix, as in like they cannot stretch it to too many seasons. Probably they had a initial plan of stretching it to 10 seasons, but then I think probably Netflix wants them to end it within the fifth season, or like it should be within the fifth season. That's what probably Netflix told them. So I think the story was well planned ahead. They wanted to stretch it and to the 10th season. That is why you would notice, like in the last season, they made it 2.5 hour episode, which is usually never happens in a web series. It's always broken down into various episodes. The reason they had to do it like in together, I feel, is because of the rights problems. I feel Netflix wants it to get over within the fifth season. I think the same thing happened with Money Heist as well. But Money Heist, they planned it in a way that it fits within the fifth season. It was a completely different story in all the seasons most of the times. So I feel that was the initial plan, but I think we don't care as long as we are able to watch the entire story. We can do it again from the beginning, but I feel yeah, it's an amazing. amazing experience. Like if you start watching, you'll feel like, what? Why am I watching this for the first few episodes? I remember you were telling me, what is happening? Why is it even happening? Why am I even sitting and watching this? But
It, it,
trust
it
me,
r- really didn't make sense, honestly, because when I still remember, I mean, right now, when I literally have the episodes in front of me right now. The vanishing of Will Byers, why did he even get vanished? Why are they playing those House of, what is it, I think Dungeon Dragons, or the House of something something game that they were playing? And then that 11 came into the picture. Then that guy with the broken tooth, he found one small slimy some organism, and he tried to turn that into a pet and everything. And then I think it was from from episode number 6, when that Demogorgon got introduced. That's when slowly things started becoming interesting. And that's what season 1 was all about. So when you watched season 1, did you also have that same feeling, like, what am I even watching, or is it just me?
no, it was really, when I started watching, I was first of all trying to understand what is even happening. That is what happens when you pick up any web series. Like initially, you don't even have a clue. Like, what is happening? You are new to the characters, you are new to the story. You like this is a concept which nobody expected. When I went like to the sixth episode and I realized what is really happening, I was like completely blown. Like, how can somebody come up with such story? And I have seen people there. I have got a lot of friends of mine who keep watching um, Panchayat again and again. I tell them, you are talking about Panchayat, you are talking about any web series, that's okay. Please go and watch Stranger Things. You will understand this is one of the best web series Netflix has ever created. I think next level. And you just have to go through those 5 episodes, first 5 episodes. And by the time you reach the third season, you'll realize that, I mean, it has gone into another level altogether.
And we'll go there one by one. Just this little point you were mentioning, that you are recommending that to everyone. Now, season 1, if you have to just summarize in a nutshell, what were some of the things that surprised you the most? Of course, the Demogorgon. And then in season 8, they introduced us to this whole concept of the upside down, when finally that Jim Hopper saved that Will Byers, and 11 was able to completely destroy the entire I think that Demogorgon completely got destroyed. And I think that they even created a trap, right, where they will burn the entire Demogorgon down as well. So, at the end of season 1, were you satisfied? What were your feelings and emotions?
Season one, like I said, like people would talk about Demogorgon and everything. I feel the concept of having another world, like there is a mirror world of that. Like I'm not able to exactly recall the name, like it was the name of that,
The
but
upside down is what they spoke about,
upside.
huh?
Okay, yeah, the upside down. So that was completely new. I still remember the mother of, like I'm forgetting Will's mother name. She was telling that I'm able to hear the sound of my child and everything. And I was like, this girl is like, this woman is full crazy. And we have to tolerate watching all these nonsense. Like she'll be doing all this nonsense. How is it possible? Even like the audience might have thought like at least I felt that she was completely crazy. And Hopper also was trying to console her. See, like you have to understand, he's obviously trying to help. He's trying to understand what is happening, then like the way they put the story right going forward, I feel like amazing. The way they ended the season one completely showed that they have just introduced this new concept. And when Will actually, like when I think he had some blood coming out, or something
Hmm.
came out from his nose, or something, which showed that he probably carried something into the real world.
And
That
even
is
those
where the
goosebumps,
connection
I
was
think
made.
some spider tingles or something that he would get at the behind, also something like that. And then I think you're talking about Joyce, the mother of Will. So, and but
Yeah.
the beauty also was, I think it was a small town. Like, no one thought that nothing happens in Hawkins. That was what was the picture that was given to us. And by the end of the 8th episode, I think we were just blown away. Okay, quickly coming to second season. Now, so far the characterization has been built beautifully, and we already saw what was coming. Now, there was certain predictions that we already had, what is going to happen, what not. Now, when it comes to the second season, by this time there was this introduction of a new character, that Max, and then slowly they
That was in
started
the
growing
third
a little bit.
season, na?
Or was it
Was it in
third
the second
season?
season or the third season? I guess it was in the third season, I guess. Second
Okay.
season, like maybe I think it
Okay,
might be in
and
second
the
season.
major villain over there, I think the same thing that happened one by one. Will Byers are still getting those tingles. Something or the other is going on, and then there was this spy thing that came in as well, a little bit of a Russian angle, and the villain that was introduced was this the Mind Flayer. And what was your thoughts about the second season so far? Did and I remember that was the first time when I told you that if season one was amazing, they've taken season two to the next level.
Yes. And I think they developed the characters very nicely. They showed the bonding, showed they are growing up, and obviously not just to keep the same thing, but they tried to improve it. That's what Stranger Things has done. I think going forward, if you just look the way they develop the seasons, they are developing it slowly, steadily, so nicely. And every time it is getting better. We are expecting like, how can it be more better than this? And they are coming up with things which amazes us even more. So that is what I felt in season two, the way they introduced Mind Flyer and moving on to the third season, then taking it to the next level.
I
And
mean,
then slowly again bringing that demo Gorgon back, like you mentioned, and the way the characters were developed. It felt amazing, amazing. Like every season, you feel a different connection with the characters. You have a like every season you are connecting with the characters in a different way. It's like the same characters, but somehow it's not the same. We feel in the first season. I remember the first 5 episodes or 4 episodes. I think it was that guy's name was Steven, like the handsome guy with the big hairs and everything, and we hated that character so much. But you look at the way his character and that guy with like less teeth, what his name was, I'm getting the character's name. The way the bonding was developed, unexpected. How can you expect a teenager and small kid to have a good bonding? It's like unexpected things. But that is how slowly and beautifully they develop the characters. And every time you were getting different connections, different understanding of the characters. I think amazing, amazing. Stranger Things is like a next level web series.
now season two was obviously the Mind Flayer and everything got sorted. I think you still remember Will drawing those big spider kind of an image. But
Yeah,
then
yeah,
season three, the battle of the Star Court in the mall where that Steven and that Raw. I think Ronnie was the name. I'm not able to remember.
yeah,
They
yeah,
were
yeah,
working as an ice cream parlor. This
yeah.
time, before the Mind Flare was just those couple of clouds or something. But
Mm.
now in season three, it is an actual proper that big spider thing who is constantly coming and eating everything, everyone up, and so many deaths were happening all over again. So when that build up, 11 had lost the power and then coming back and getting back the power, also showing 11's side as well, how she was treated in that laboratory and everything. So season 3, what were your biggest takeaways, and how did that impact you?
I think amazing. And the way they introduced Max as well. I think in that season only Max was introduced. And I think the character of Billy, the way it was introduced and then slowly turned into uh like being pulled by the mind flyer, being used by him based on his past. We understood like why he was like that. And then to develop that character, I think the overall story was amazing. The way they were like killing people or making them like eating it, mind flavors, gaining those energies and everything. I think, and also showing 11 his our side as well. It was again going to the next level. And in this season, I had a feeling, where is Demogorgon? I had a feeling because they are showing they didn't show the upside world, but they actually brought in the upside world into the real world. That was a different thing. If you notice in season one, they showed that upside world. In season two, they tried to bring in those connections through Will. But in season three, they totally like, oh, they literally went into the upside world. Like upside world is coming into their world. So that is where. Like they took it to the next level.
Season 3 ended, and when we finished that, I still remember me telling you that season 3 was epic. And I think by that time you already started with the season 4 watching and all that. And I remember probably at that time in the PGs also a couple of people were talking about Stranger Things because the volume 1 had just come out. Volume 2 is going to come after a couple of months later, and they had already finished watching volume 1. It was that powerful. Now coming to Stranger Things season 4, and that is where Vecna is the villain. I mean, the way they left it at the cliffhanger in the volume 1 part, they just said only 2 episodes. But all the angles, Jim Hopper going to Russia, we almost thought that he died in the in
Yeah,
the the season 3 itself. But
third
then
third season. Yeah.
third season, and then showing that side of it, how they were protecting the Demogorgon, how they came back. What was the whole season 4 experience, both the volumes for you?
I think amazing. Season 4, especially the character of Hopper was next level. The way he lost the weight, like they properly showed. Like he's in Russia. First of all, it was so satisfying to see him being there because it was so sad in the third season, look, feeling like Hopper is gone. But I think he's one of the main characters. You cannot just leave out the way he has been putting it right from the first season where he didn't believe into all these nonsense to right at the last where he's like fighting with all these things. He's actually supporting Eleven. He's actually supporting the guy, that guy, I think he had a face off as well. But initially, he never really liked the guy. And later on, he kind of like understood that, yeah, and the characters got together and they really understood like we have to be together, we have to fight this because we know the upside world. We know the all the things which has happened in Hawkins. And I think that is what made season 4 amazing. And they also showed what can be expected in season 5 as well, right at the end where if you remember, like they were have a feeling that probably the upside world or upside down is coming to the real world, just like our
Is
background.
it's crazy, honestly speaking, because when you look at first of all, they had that huge battle when all those bats and everything. I think Billy was that name of that character.
Yeah,
Billy sacrificed himself. They created that gap, and they a method in which they will go and they will kill all those demogorgons so that they can kill Vecna from the other end. And
yeah,
somehow Vecna got killed. But then when they moved back to Hawkins, I think they were all planning to leave Hawkins because the school got shut down and everything. But
yeah.
it was when they showed that the cracks are opening up and all those red things are going in. Now, when you see the trailer of this season 5, and what do you feel it's going to eclipse? It's going to be crazier than season 4 because the villain is still the same. The villain is still Vecna. So, but in the season 4, they had told that Vecna is going to die. So a lot of such speculations are going on. So they've already released the names of all the episodes of season 5. As a fan, as a Stranger Things fanatic, what are your expectations from season 5, Shashwat?
Complete madness. That is what I can say. I think that is the web series will go down as one of the best Netflix web series ever created, and we cannot wait for the fifth season because we all know it is going to be simply next level. And you can understand from the trailer. You are looking at the trailer and you are like having the goosebumps. If looking at the trailer only gives you the goosebumps, imagine what will happen in the actual web series. And they have always lived up to the mark. Amazing, amazing.
I mean, 8.6 in IMDb, in spite of having 3 seasons. It's really, we are talking about some of the legendary TV series of all times here. And of course, I know there are two kinds of people. The first are who will watch the episodes as soon as they release. So I think the one is 26th November is when the episodes are coming in, and then Christmas is when the remaining three chapters are coming in, and then the New Year's Eve is when the final grand finale, season finale is coming in, and also, of course, the series finale as well. So the second kind of people is when they will start watching from the new year so that they can finish all the things. They'll not have to wait. So just asking you all as well and asking Shushmit as well, which which audience are you, Shushmit?
I'm that audience who's probably thinking to watch from the first season to the last,
So you're planning to start watching from now itself, one episode
yeah,
at a time, so that you can.
so that I can completely enjoy right in the
Crazy.
flow. I think it would be amazing.
I mean, that would really be such amazing thing. And probably what I am planning is compile all my leaves and then take a 3 day, 4 day, 5 day, a week leave completely to just watch, binge the entire thing. That would be crazy. For all the Stranger Things fans out there, just do share your love and your thoughts about your expectation about the season. And if you are new, if you're watching this video for the first time, you never heard about Stranger Things, what are you doing? Just go and watch. Shushmit's friend told him to watch, and he was blown away. He usually never forces me to watch anything, but this was one thing. I think this KGF, there were these few things which Shushmit literally forced me to watch. I think KGF we watched it together, right? In that in Pune itself, so it was out of this world. And then, of course, now Stranger Things. So I'm also going to force you to do that, mandatory. Yeah, Shushmit, any last words for this video?
Uh, I think we cannot wait for Stranger Things. Let it end in as one of the best web series ever created by Netflix. That is my only expectation.
Fantastic. We will see you in the next video where we'll come up with something again brand new. Stay tuned, and thank you so much for showering so much love on our preview and the OTT review and movie review episodes. I'll tell you, it means the world to us. Thank you so much, Sushmit, for tuning in today, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Thank you.